Hey, what's going on, y'all? Sean here. I'm actually in the midst of eating my lunch, which is one of my classics, if you will. Couple of beef patties, organic beef, along with some sautéed mushrooms and red onions. The onion color don't matter, but anyway, I'm just saying red because they just happen to be red. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about something real quick. Specifically, one of the things that holds people back from the diet changes. Now, if you've ever embarked on a fitness journey, let me say a health and fitness journey. I often say fitness journey, but really health is what we're after because if you're more fit, which basically kind of means that you're able to do, really whatever you want to and need to do with your body. Your body is very efficient and has a lot of capacity to do stuff, like lift weights or to run for distances or even quickly or whatever. That's what fitness is, more physical, but health kind of encompasses all, at least the way I see it. Anyhow, a lot of what holds people back is the diet side of things, because sometimes the fitness part is easy or easier. It's just the diet stuff, and the way that tends to manifest is that people will will go to the gym or they'll go walking, and they'll be consistent. Whatever, they'll go to fitness classes and they'll be consistent with them. But if they're trying to lose weight or trying to see some sort of change in their body, they can't see it because they still have too much adipose tissue, too much fat, and can't seem to lose it. And so the thing is, a lot of times what is at play is that it's the restriction part. I want to lose weight, but when it seems like it's always you have to eat such a bland diet. How am I going to restrict myself? This, that, and the other. But if this is you, and you're having the issue specifically with your diet, let me challenge you specifically to look at stuff a little bit differently. Think about it like this. First of all, remember that your body has fundamental needs. This is one of the things I say all the time, and I'm going to keep on saying it. Our bodies have fundamental needs. Your body has things that it needs, of course, to survive, like life or death, as well as to thrive, like stuff that will not necessarily kill you, but it will cause you to become deficient, and over time could, cause you to be susceptible to illness and disease. So your body has very fundamental needs. Stuff like water, um, eating in general, like eating nutritious food, sleep, sunlight, breathing, movement, and there are varying kind of levels of need with each of those. Like obviously, if you don't breathe, then you'll die. If you don't sleep for just a handful of days, you will die. If you don't drink water, you dehydrate and you can't survive very long without that either. Now, food, you need food, but you actually can go without food for a while, given that you have storage, fat stores that will last you for a while. But you can go without food for a while. But however, you do need nutritious food from time to time. Hint, I mean, let's hamper on that particular thing, nutritious food. So when it comes to creating a healthier body that looks more fit and whatnot, you have to meet your needs for your body to show up the way it is best designed to show up. But then also understand this too. I'm one who actually still enjoys things that I like to enjoy from time to time. Sometimes I do more than I need to, like On the weekend I tend to like to eat a little ice cream. Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday as well. Um, so I may need to pull one of those days back. But I tend to just restrict it to that particular day. But understand this though. I don't necessarily feel like I am restricting myself. And here's why. It's because I have disciplined myself to not even desire the thing for a bit. But the way I got that way is that I had to practice the discipline part for a bit. So I had to practice, quote, restricting myself. But the thing is, we tend to feel like, man, I'm just gonna be holding myself back. Why would I hold myself back from enjoying what I want to enjoy? But you can be at a place where you don't even really desire the thing like that. And that's a thing that a lot of people don't really understand. Say, for example, you like honey buns. I don't know, and you're used to getting a honey bun and a Coke, every day for snack after lunch sometime. And you just like, well, I need to, you know, s- I want to lose this belly fat. So somebody told me I need to get rid of this. You know, look, this is what I'm saying. Now, it's not a good idea to drink a Coke and eat a honey bun every single day. It's not a good idea. Both of those pretty much add nothing to your life, and they actually probably subtract from your life, from your health. But at the same time, if you were to eat a honey bun, drink a Coke, every now and then, once every couple of weeks, once a month, it's not going to really hurt anything per se. But you got to hold back for a while. So literally, you just have to make a decision. I'm not going to do it. Now, I know what it feels like. I'm restricting myself. But the truth is discipline has to come in at some point. You have to willfully avoid the thing or the things. It could just be eating too late, having a midnight snack, or it could be, some people like to drink wine. It could be, not drinking wine every night. Just maybe going to, just a very small amount once a week or something like that. If you have to have it, so to speak. Nobody really has to, but I'm just making a point. But the thing is, you have to do that at some point, and it will feel like restriction. But what happens is, this is one of the most important things. You regain control. What you feel now is restriction is really when you get on the other side of that, you realize, no, I have control. I can have this from time to time and not even desire it again for a long time. So you get to a place where you can kind of enjoy it when you only do it every so often. Boom, I got my honey bun and my Coke. All right, so I'm good. I'm good, you know? And you don't have that compulsion to eat and drink that stuff every single day. But you have to go through a temporary time period of restriction. Period. And again, what I'm telling you is it feels like restriction, but sometimes, like I tell my kids sometimes we kind of feel certain ways that aren't necessarily accurate because your body is going to put up a fight. It is because we can tend to become addicted to things that bring pleasure and whatnot. After a while, we're like, especially if we kind of like give in to kind of do indulging in it all the time, then you start to feel like, man, I gotta have this. But you have to step in at some point and be like, no, it has to be like the real you. Cause you know what? Like, and I tell my kids this too. We are not our bodies. We're in our bodies. And so like sometimes it can kind of feel like, your body's just doing this and that. But you have to realize the you that makes the decisions about what you do, even me talking, moving my hands, all this kind of stuff, I'm deciding to do this. I'm very intentionally deciding to do these things. So the very intentional decision making part of who you are, the real you, needs to be like, you know what? Hold up, self, not doing that. We're not going to do that. And so then if you can kind of step outside of yourself and kind of see yourself, your body, your flesh desiring the thing, and then you kind of being like almost like the parent of your body, We're not doing that. We're not. Then you feel that feeling, but then you understand, we're not doing that today. We're not going to do that. And when you hold yourself back for a little while, what you will find, I promise you, is that you have control now. And so now it's not your body just kind of like making the decisions, it's you making the decision. And that's really important. It's like there's a scripture that talks about not being a slave to anything, except to love one another. And so when we have a compulsion to eat and drink stuff, especially things that are like harmful to us, we're slaves to those things. And so we have to become the master. Okay. And so that way we don't feel like we have to indulge in body harming foods. You know what I mean? And I know how it feels. It feels restrictive on this side. But just hold back, fast from it, or even fast, period, like a real fast. And what happens is you regain control. The real you regains control. That's how I've kind of learned to meet some of my fitness goals and even kind of get some of the aesthetic stuff. And I hope it helps you. Y'all have a good one. As we get older, it becomes increasingly important to maintain and build muscle. Muscle helps you burn fat, stay mobile, and can contribute to longevity. However, many people have no idea how to work out to build muscle. My mini workout series on Patreon provides you with my body weight mini workout video library. These workouts use little to no equipment, which means that you can do them in the privacy of your own home. They start at beginner level and progress from there to ensure you continue to see results. Every workout is a full body workout, hitting chest, back, legs, and glutes, as well as other muscles in between. Become a patron today and receive access to my series of mini workouts, plus access to a digital copy of my book, 8 Weeks to Transform Your Diet and Your Health. By combining the workouts with healthy diet changes, as outlined in my book, you'll definitely be on your way to weight loss, improved health, and visible results. Join me at patreon.com/SeanB2B Fitness today.